Apple Motion got a few little updates today, so I just wanted to make a quick video to show you what's new. The first one may not seem like the most exciting, but for me, it's the most meaningful, which we got big performance enhancements for Motion as an app overall, particularly when you're launching the app. I'm going to launch it for you in real time so you can see how long it takes to open. Getting the project browser to open used to take me forever because I have a lot of third-party plugins installed on my Mac, and that really was slowing Motion down. So this performance enhancement for me is a huge upgrade. I was very happy to see it. Another update we got in Motion 6.3 is support for SVG files. So let's just open Motion, and I'm going to drag in the SVG version of my Motion Ignite logo. SVG files are vector-based, which means that you can zoom in and in and in and in and never lose clarity on your images. So that's another upgrade as well, but the real new feature in Motion is a new function called Distribute Layers. So for demonstration, I've got this really simple Motion project. You can see I've got 5 circles in my canvas. And in my timeline, you can see they all start at the very beginning of my project and end at the very end. If we wanted these circles to appear one at a time in our project, probably what you would do, what I would do, is head down to the timeline and just manually grab each of them and move them over. But this new tool in Motion allows us to accomplish this much faster and with more precision. I'm just going to undo all of that. I'm going to select all of my layers in my project pane. We're going to head up to the Mark menu, and we're going to select this guy here, Distribute Layers. This is what's new. You can see that we have a shortcut for this. I have not yet memorized that. So once we hit Distribute Layers, we get this new pop-up. And what this allows us to do is reposition our layers over time in the timeline. So right away, you can see that my content in the timeline is now staggered. In this pop-up menu, it is set by default to offset layers by. And so I can increase or decrease this increment and look at what happens in my timeline. So I'm going to hit distribute. And when I play it back, you can see that each circle appears individually in exact timing increments. I'm going to hit Command Z to undo that. Let's go back up and hit distribute layers again. This time, let's switch the layer order from bottom to top to top to bottom. Watch what happens in my timeline when I do this. Now, this purple circle will appear first and the yellow one will appear last. To show you the other functions of distribute layers, I'm going to undo everything, and I'm actually going to shorten the duration of all of these circles by selecting them, queuing up my playhead, and hitting the O key. That's going to make everything shorter. Let's go back to distribute layers. Now, if I select sequence layers, you can see that my circles appear one at a time. And if we select overlapping layers, we can stagger them with some overlap, and that overlap is a value that you can set yourself. Distribute layers is going to be really helpful in that very common situation where you want things to appear on your screen in sequence over time. It's definitely going to be a big time saver. I'm noodling on like an actual Motion tutorial where we can put this into practice. So if you'd be interested in that, make sure you subscribe. You know, not huge updates in Motion today. For me, I think the biggest one is the performance enhancements. That's really been a pain point for me personally. I'd be interested to hear if you've experienced that as well. Obviously, the Motion team thought it was a problem since they addressed it. So that is good news. If you missed it, Final Cut got huge updates today. I'm going to stick that video right here for you, as did Final Cut Pro for iPad. I'm going to throw that here. Thank you so much for hanging out today, you guys. I'll see you again.